मैं भी कॉकरोच सिस्टम तेरी खराब मेरी बदली ना सोच.
As the prime cockroach, so to speak, of the country today, what are your thoughts on starting this?
When I read the comments made by the Honorable Chief Justice of India, that somewhere did upset me, it deeply angered me. This is the generation who won't tolerate you if you don't serve them.
Is the Cockroach Janata Party just another platform to provide a channel for venting of the frustration of the youth?
We would like to change the political discourse of India and would like to make the political system more accountable.
Is there any idea, plans to make it into a proper political party in the future? Hello and welcome to InFocus. I'm G. Sampath. The Cockroach Janata Party has become an internet sensation. It was started barely 4 days ago by a US-based student named Abhijit Dipke. It was meant to be a rebellious political platform aimed at the youth, but it has already notched up more than 1.6 lakh members and more than 2 million followers on Instagram. Two Trinamool politicians, Mahua Moitra and Kirti Azad, have already become its quote-unquote members. So what makes the CJP interesting is its virality among Gen Z. Can it develop into a platform that gives voice to the grievances of India's youth? Is it a flash in the pan or is it here to stay? Can it make a political impact in the near future? Joining us today is the founding cockroach of the Cockroach Janata Party, Abhijit Dipke. Abhijit, welcome to InFocus. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, as the prime cockroach, so to speak, of the country today, what are your thoughts on starting this initiative? Like, what inspired you to do this?
So, Sampath, when I read the comments made by the Honorable Chief Justice of India, which compared the youth of the country with cockroaches and parasites, that somewhere did upset me. It deeply angered me. Like, how can the custodian of the constitution, which grants us free speech, can call us out for expressing our opinions and comparing us with cockroaches and parasites? Isn't he supposed to defend our freedom of expression? So, hurt by that, I made a tweet on Twitter. What if all cockroaches come together? Now, this was just one line written in anger against, because we wanted to express our opinion. So, I got a pretty good response from the Gen Z on that, and many Gen Zs, I got 500 to 600 replies on that from the younger generation who were saying, yes, we should all come together and express our dissent, and yeah, we should maybe form a platform. We should something do about it. This was the overall, I would say, response from the younger generation that I got, and which led me to think maybe we can do something about it by creating maybe a parody party. So that is how I came up with the Cockroach Janata Party term, and we made the criteria to join this party. We use the same insults made by the CJI against the youth as the criteria to join this party. So he called the youth lazy, unemployed, who does nothing but is on social media. So we can kind of own that identity to express our dissent, because if you see us as cockroaches and if you see us as someone who is lazy, unemployed, so okay, that's how we will become and express our opinion and express our dissent, and will resist against whatever you are thinking and comparing us with.
But the Chief Justice later clarified that he was only referring to people who have fake degrees. He wasn't really referring to unemployed youth and so on.
Sampath, I want to ask you, doesn't that make the situation even worse? Because again, I would like to repeat this. He's the custodian of the constitution, right? The constitution grants everybody equal rights despite of their education, despite of their social status. Every person has the freedom of expression. That's what the constitution says. Now, Chief Justice of India is saying those who don't have formal degree, those who are not well educated shouldn't express their opinion. 60-70% of the India still lives in the rural parts. The average Indian youth who lives in the rural works as a daily wage laborer. He doesn't have a formal degree. So if he doesn't have a formal degree, can't he hold the systems accountable? Is that what is that where we are trying to get at?
Right, I agree with you that there is a serious problem of accountability with the systems we have in place today. It is largely, I think it will be fair to say, it's allergic to accountability. especially from the citizen, from the media. But coming back to the Cockroach Janata Party, Abhijit, like what is your background? Like you are in your, I believe you are in your early 20s or mid 20s. You are doing,
No, no, I have just turned 30.
you just turned 30. Okay, so you're, yeah, the Gen Z category. So what exactly are you in the US for, and what is your general?
So I was here to pursue my masters. For last 2 years, I have been living in the US pursuing my masters from Boston University. That's what I have been doing. And before this, I was associated with the AP for a couple of years.
With the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yeah, the Aam Aadmi Party. Their work on health and education really appealed to me, and I thought maybe this is a good thing that is happening in Indian politics after a very long period of time. So I tried to do my bit there, and yeah, after that, I just decided maybe it's time to move to the next thing, come abroad, try to do something of my own in my own career and get some financial stability as I get older. And I am no long I no longer stays as young as I was at one point of time.
Many people, especially on social media, they have pointed to your former association with the Aam Aadmi Party to say, basically to draw parallels with the time in Indian politics when the Aam Aadmi Party came into the scene, right? So many believe that it was basically an extension of the majoritarian right-wing movement, and it paved the way to sort of end the UPA era and open up political space for the communal forces, for the right-wing forces in India. So they have, on that basis of experience, they are very similarly skeptical. Is the Cockroach Janata Party just another platform to provide a channel for venting of the frustration of the youth so that it doesn't affect the main forces, political forces at play, and they are protected from this anger? Is that something that comes to your mind as well?
I can see that why people are drawing parallels, because it's not just the Indian against corruption movement. If you look at any movement in India, it has always been defamed by the establishment. We can look at the farmers' protest that happened in 20 around after 20 or 2020, right? The farmers' protest was defamed, demeaned in the worst possible manner. They were called anti-national forces. They were called outsiders and whatnot. So whenever a group of people comes together to keep their demands or to express their dissent, the establishment always labels them as some, this is a conspiracy by some group, this is a conspiracy being done to destabilize the party or the opposition or the government. And I want to tell these people, it is not possible without genuine anger among the people. What I started, it started with a joke. I did not intend to start this. If I had the intention to start something like this, I would have been planning for it for many months. But this is the genuine anger. Don't try to dismiss the genuine anger that exists within the Gen Z community, who feels that they have been ignored by all the political parties, who have been ignored by the system, by the government.
Right. Abhijit, I mean, nobody will deny that there is genuine anger among the Gen Z and beyond the Gen Z as well, among students, among workers, among farmers. But there was genuine anger in terms of discontent, if not anger, even anger, in 2013, 2014 as well, when the change happened politically. So what people are curious about is the backing for this kind of a platform. Would you say on record that you have no connections with the right wing, with the CIA, as some might are suggesting,
Oh my God.
or with the RSS? I mean, because many are wondering why and how suddenly some kind of a new force is getting so much play on social media. And when that happens, generally there is, because a lot of people put out posts, a lot of people put out videos, and everybody who does these kinds of activities as influencers know how difficult it is to get some kind of play. But in 4 days, I think you've crossed more than 1 million followers on Instagram.
2 million.
2 million. That's like outrageous, right? So, what do you like? How did that happen? Do you have some kind of a backing secret, a force of army of people working for you? Like, how does it happen?
I think the only secret that I have is that I am someone who these people can resonate to. Because if you look at the Indian politicians, be it any party, be it the Aam Aadmi Party, be it the Congress, be it the BJP, take any party, the who is actually talking about these Gen Z? Does the Gen Z can actually resonate with the Indian politics right now. Is the Indian politics catering to these people? They are not. The reason why something that I started got such a big momentum is only because I am one of them. I am that youth. And talking about backing, I would like to make it clear that I am here on an educational loan. So if I have to get kind of backing or resources, I would first like to take care of that rather than starting a movement. This was just like genuine, like it was a genuine frustration among these people. And I would like to like whoever is trying to, trying to think there is some conspiracy behind it, I want to tell them, spend the money, spend all the resources that you have and try to create something like this. You will fail because this is not being created by me. This is not being what we call it. This is not something artificial. This has been created by the people. You cannot join 2 million people with some set template. You cannot just bring them together just like that within 2 days. If this could have been done, any political party who has enough money, these political parties have lot of money. So why wouldn't they able to do it? Why someone sitting in the US with an educational loan was able to do something who doesn't even have the resources? And the people who are trying to make this conspiracy, I want to tell them that please go ahead, investigate this thoroughly, investigate me, and try to find out that if there is even commons, that you, even if you find a single link that proves that we are receiving some backing, what you are doing is you are actually trying to dismiss a hope. You are actually trying to kill a hope that these young people have found after a very long time. Sampath, you try to remind me, when was the last time in India this something like this has happened in last 10 to 12 years?
When India, I wouldn't be able to say, but yeah, in Tamil Nadu, people are saying that the Gen Z voted for TVK and Vijay was able to win on the basis of.
Yeah, so this is the trend that we need to look at. This is the growing trend that we need to look at. In Argentina, there were how many 600,000 youths on the streets. Why? Because the president decided to cut universities fund. So Gen Z across the world is kind of fed up with the establishment, with the politics, because it is no longer serving to them. And this is the generation who won't tolerate you if you don't serve them, because they know their rights. They are educated, they are more aware. So they will obviously express their dissent whenever they get the chance.
Right. I mean, today or I think yesterday, when you were in the US, you put out some posts targeting Nipo kids in India. So that reminded many people of how Nipo kids were being sort of highlighted, the kind of lives they were enjoying were highlighted in Nepal. So that has drawn parallels between what you're trying to do and what was already done in Nepal and Bangladesh. So, is there any particular reason why you put out those Nepo kids will come down and hunt you and expose you? Because there are lots of Nepo kids in India. So is that something you draw inspiration from Nepal, etc.?
Not at all, not at all. Like, I don't draw inspiration at all from the what has happened in Bangladesh or Nepal, because that is not the way of dissent I believe is right. I believe in the Constitution of India very firmly. I'm a democratic person. I'm a non-violent person, because I derive great inspiration from figures like Ambedkar, Nehru, and Gandhi, because I have read them, and it is because they got India freedom through non-violent, and that is why today we are a democracy. If we would have got democracy through violence, tell me one single country in the world that got freedom through violence and is a democracy today. There would be hardly any country. So for any society to sustain, the changes have to come through peaceful democratic manner. And the people who are trying to paint the Gen Zs and trying to compare with them Nepal and Bangladesh, I would like to request them, please don't do this. Don't try to demean or insult these people, young people. I'm talking to them. I know how smart they are. I know how well educated they are. These people are the ones telling me that we can do this. We need to make sure this should remain peaceful. We don't need to do anything that could cause any kind of violence. This is the feeling among this generation. And what they are doing, Sampath, I want to ask you what they are doing. They are wearing the costume of cockroaches and cleaning the Yamuna. This is how they are expressing their dissent. And you want to compare them with the Gen Z of Nepal and Bangladesh who were burning the streets? How are these kids expressing their dissent? Like, we are expressing our dissent through humor, satire, by mocking the government. Because we believe this is how you should express your dissent in a democracy. And tomorrow, if we decide even to get on the streets, it will be through a very peaceful manner. Because we respect the Constitution of India and we are here to save democracy. So we won't be doing anything that goes against the democracy. And just one last thing I would like to say. This is a narrative of the ruling party. To protect their interest, they want to defame, demean, and discredit the movement before it begins, even before it takes a form. Because they have this paranoia that Indian Gen Z will, get on the street someday. Because India's unemployment rate has been at all-time record high. So rather than serving them, rather than trying to create enough employments, what you are doing, you are trying to, fear mongering. Look, they will do something like Nepal or Bangladesh. Just create enough employments. Just work for them. Just serve them. They won't be frustrated with you. And these people are more educated than the entire cabinet ministry that you have. The kind of politicians we have, they don't even have basic education. And these are the people who are trying to demean and insult the generation which is far, far more educated.
Right. Abhijit, you also been speaking of an online Gen Z conclave or conference of some kind. So, is this what are your plans in the immediate future? Is this going to be like a satirical platform for the youth of India, or is there any prospect or plan to sort of take it into a more concrete political outfit that can sort of start exerting some influence on actual politics?
Yeah, so as I have been speaking to these people, my friends from the Cockroach Janata Party now, they have been telling me what they need right now. They need to fix the accountability. That is their first demand. And the Cockroach Janata Party would like to do that. We would like to change the political discourse of India and would like to make the political system more accountable. Because if you have read recently, a 17-year-old kid committed suicide who appeared in the NEET exam. He committed suicide because of the NEET paper leak. Now, this 17-year-old student could have gone to become a doctor tomorrow and who would have served the country by saving many lives. But he had to give up his own life. How tragic is that? But when we speak of accountability, what did actually happen? Did anybody resign? Did anybody took any moral responsibility of it? Where is the accountability today in India? We demand that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that there are quite a few aggressive posts demanding the resignation of Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan.
Yeah.
And that's being repeated. So is NEET an issue that your party, quote unquote, party / platform is taking up because it's something which resonates with the youth? You've also been talking about SIR, the deletions, and election commission, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, the kinds of issues you've been taking up aggressively are very much the kind of issues which one would want an Indian opposition politician or opposition parties to take up and stay with them for a sustained period of time, but they don't. So, is that something of a gap that you think you can fill in by sticking to those discussion points for a longer period of time?
No, not at all. I think the issues that we are taking up are the challenges that India is facing today. And we cannot deny that. Like today, the integrity of the election commission, there is a big question mark on it. The way elections are being held, votes are getting deleted and it is only favoring one party. Even if you don't want to say that the ruling party doesn't have anything to do with it, but the results actually show that. Be it Bengal, be it Tamil Nadu, be it Delhi, you will see that wherever votes were deleted, it has favored one party. In Maharashtra, in Haryana. So there is a clear pattern. So anything that is a grave concern for the, I would say, democracy in India, we need to protect democracy. The reason why this youth have come together is because in last 10 to 12 years, the system is becoming more and more autocratic day by day. And the more the system becomes autocratic, it stops being accountable. And these are all correlated. Whenever we look at the institutions like EC, the judiciary, per to say, and then we talk about the opposition or the government, these are all correlated, Sampar, which are affecting every single person in the country. How can we expect justice in the case of let's say NEET? Can the Supreme Court ensure that they will punish or they will take some concrete action, or would set even some basic parameter that this action should be taken if something something serious as this happen where a student commits suicide? You are not living up to the expectations, and I won't even go in the expectations. You are not doing the bare minimum. The bare minimum you should do is take responsibility, which you are not doing, be it in any case. And this is a great concern for democracy today. So we are here to save the democracy. So whatever issue that affects democracy, whatever threat there is to democracy, we will be speaking about that. Because as an Indian youth, it is our responsibility to save the democracy, because we have paid a huge price for it. Be it the freedom movement, be it the emergency, India has paid too big of a cost to make democracy survive in India. We cannot afford to lose it.
Abhijit, I can see that you have a particular understanding of what's happening in India with democracy, etc. But you have all, from the beginning, you've spoken about giving a voice to articulate the concerns of the Gen Z. And here, they're mainly concerned about jobs, about livelihoods, and so on. So you must be getting tons of messages, right, from people of your generation. What kind of an understanding do those messages reflect? Do they share your understanding that democracy is under threat? Because I don't see that it is framed in that way necessarily in India. Because people are more far concerned about daily issues like, petrol, diesel, jobs, buying or not buying gold, those kinds of things. Nobody really talks about these concerns in the framework of something which comes from a threat to democracy, which is preventing you from demanding accountability. So is this your understanding, or is this an understanding shared by a wider cohort of people from your generation, according to you?
Sampar, I feel that that the situation or the condition of democracy today, the Gen Z feels the same way, the way we do, the way the some other person who is much older than us do. It's just the way you communicate or talk about it. When you look at these people, they won't be talking about articulated words like me, because I'm a bit elder to them, like let's say by 4 or 5 years. So I have those vocabulary. These people's vocabulary is different. What they do, they mock. So when I was speaking them, like, what do you think about the democracy? They're like, कौन सी democracy की बात कर रहे हो? Democracy है यहाँ. So they won't talk like me to say that, they won't bring up the necessary issues, or they won't try to explain how things are going wrong. They would rather mock it. That is their style. They would rather use dark humor to describe the situation. And that is something very new to Indian politics. Because Indian politics is not used to humor or satire or to dark humor. But it's not that they don't understand it, they don't get affected by it. They do understand it. Trust me. I have spoken to hundreds of them until now. In last 4 days, I'm trying to respond to everybody, even try to get them on calls. And they are deeply concerned about the state of democracy in India. So it would be a grave mistake to say that these young kids don't understand it. They understand it way better than anybody does. It's just that their way of communication is different. Their way of expressing their concern is different, which we are not used to.
Right. So, I saw your very well-produced songs, those rap songs, maybe Cockroach one on that. So was it like done by you or?
It's all crowdsourced. It's not planned at all. These people have taken this movement into their own hand, and they have been creating all kind of things. And this is something really phenomenal.
So these songs were not produced by you using AI or anything like that?
No, not by me in particular. These people, that's what I'm saying. You cannot create something like this just like that. This is a people's movement. People have taken initiative. They have taken things in their own hand, and now they want to just use all their skills to make their voices heard. And you want to compare the kids who are making rap songs to the kids of Nepal and Bangladesh. How fair is that? These people are creating interesting songs here. Like how good of a song that was.
Yeah, maybe cockroach. Yeah, that seemed to resonate. That should resonate with both humans and cockroaches, to my mind. But coming back to the issue, Abhijit, how has your friends and family responded? How, I mean, are they concerned? Like, he sent this guy to the US to look for or to make a career for himself. What is he doing now? Is there what kind of responses do you get from your close family, friends, well wishers? What do they have to say?
So my family doesn't know about it yet, because if they get to know it, they would rather than just take a flight, come here. We need to set you straight.
Okay.
So my family doesn't know it, but yeah, there are friends of mine who have been very supportive and who are checking upon me. Like, bro, you are taking too much risk. Okay, you know how these things lead to you. There might be some severe consequences to this. You like cases can be filed. There could be, like, you could be arrested or something like that when you come to India. But I think it's no longer about me. It's no longer about an individual here. It's about the hopes of millions of people now. And I can actually say millions because 2 million people are actually following us. It's about them. They want to change the system. So this is a time where we cannot back off and we cannot let this hope go. Because after a very long period of time, these people finally have found a hope that yes, we can change things for better. Yes, we can come together and do something about the wrong situation of the country.
Today you posted about attempts to hack your Instagram, the party.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. That skipped me, and I'm glad you asked about it.
Yeah, like what happened?
So I have been getting, like, what we call it, password reset emails, asking for verification code. This is your verification code to reset your password. Like, I have been getting hundreds and 200s of it every hour. So this is a clear attempt to hack the accounts. So obviously somebody is rattled here, and it takes no brain to guess who could be rattled, because who are we questioning? This has happened after we demanded the resignation of the education minister. This has happened. We gave a call to the people to demand the resignation of the education minister, and after that attempts are being made to hack our account. So what does that suggest?
Right. So my last question, Abhijit. So many people, they are also a little bit concerned that okay, you have, you're doing a master's in public relations. So you have started this. You've made a good name for yourself. Your future is set. What if you go back to your private life at some point, and they will be left with nothing? Holding the full thing.
Somebody tell me how my future is safe here. How my future is safe here.
Not safe, perhaps, but you are now you are a brand name now, right? So
Yeah, and we all know what comes with that. We all know. Sonam Wangchuk was a brand name. What happened? He was put in jail for 8 months. Everybody who has come forward and expressed their dissent, the reason why I'm not bringing any faces from this Cockroach Janata Party forward is because I don't want to ruin their careers. I can take that risk because I'm prepared mentally, because I've seen that for last 10 years. And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of watching activists getting detained, getting arrested under UAPA, NSA for expressing their criticism. I'm tired of that. For how long are we going to live like that? So how is my life going to turn better after this? I'm pretty sure that the moment I land in India, there will be too many legal troubles for me. The reason why I have not told my family is that because I don't want to get them concerned. And to be honest, I'm very concerned about them, because I'm sitting here and they are there. Anything could happen to them, Sampath. They could be targeted because they can't get to me right now. So they could try to get at my family. And we have seen that happening in past. It's not something I'm creating out of just, out of my imagination. So I'm putting my life and my freedom at risk here. And that is only because I deeply care about my country. So if you think that I'm doing this for, popularity or something, no. I didn't ask for it. I was just trying to make a joke, and then the young generation took it forward, and who then decided, okay, let's turn this into a movement. I didn't do it intentionally.
right. So is there any idea plans to make it into a proper political party in the future?
Sampath, I think it would be too early to commit on that because, or say anything on that because it has been just 4 days. We have formed this and we are still getting too many responses. So first of all, we need to engage with these people because the greatest dissatisfaction of these people is that nobody engages with us and just decides things for us. I don't want to do the same mistake with these people, the kind of mistakes the other political parties has done. So first of all, I want to engage with them. I want to ask them what are their concerns, what are their needs, and based on that, we will decide what we need to do ahead.
Yeah. Till now, what kind of messages have you been getting from them? People whom you don't know.
So the only so most of the messages are like, "We are so glad you started this. We are so glad because we have given up on this system. We have given up on the political system of India. We thought maybe something like this could never happen in India because the political parties in India are always, too traditional, who don't even like to talk about us and too boring and accountability to hai nahi yaar." This is the kind of response they are giving. So they are really surprised in a pleasant way that something like this has happened in India. And on the second hand, they are very disappointed with the existing political system.
Right. Thank you so much, Abhijit. That's all I have for you in this episode of InFocus. It was really nice talking to you and all the best.
Thank you, Sampath. Thank you. Thanks a lot.